Alright guys, hello and welcome to the Fraser Hatyai Show. If you don't know who I am, my name's Fraser and I'm an expat and digital nomad living in the deep south of Thailand. And today I want to talk about one of the things that I do to make an income online. So as you've guessed by the title of today's video, I'm going to talk about how to generate an income by teaching English online. So what they are. I've been involved in the online teaching market for about 2 years now in 3 different ways. I personally tutor students online from both Vietnam, Japan and China, both through third-party website and also through my own personal platform. I also recruit teachers to work for my platform as well. Unfortunately, we're full at the moment, at the time of making this video, but if vacancies do come up, I will modify the description in the video down below. I also recruit teachers for 2 online schools. So why would you want to teach English online? I'm going to give you 5 advantages of teaching English online pretty quickly here. Number 1 is you get the opportunity to work from home. Number 2 is you get the opportunity to travel around the world and work pretty much anywhere that you've got stable and fast Wi-Fi. The third advantage is there's no travel expenses as you're working from home or at a hotel or wherever you want to work from. There's no expenses or time wasted traveling to and from work. The fourth advantage is with online teaching, you don't have a lot of the extra duties that you do have at a normal school, such as maybe a morning assembly, a marking tests, creating tests, setting homeworks, lesson planning. A lot of the online teaching companies, one that I'm going to recommend as well, all the lesson planning is done for you. So basically you just paid for those minutes of your time and there's no extra things to do. Actually, maybe just 4 main advantages. Can't think of 5 right now. Okay, so how can you teach online? 3 main ways. The first way is you can freelance through a third-party website such as Italki or I forget the name of the other one. I'll post it down below. But one of these kind of websites where you put on your, you post your profile, you make an introduction video, you post that, you market to students, you choose a niche, what kind of students you're planning on teaching, and then you go ahead and try and recruit and teach that way. The difficulty with that is it can take quite a while to build up a strong student base to generate a decent income. On top of that, those websites are sometimes quite competitive, so it's not as unless you've got a really good solid niche where you can charge higher prices, you're going to have to compete with the prices of all the other teachers. Second way of teaching online is to go ahead and do it yourself. Set up your own website, maybe post some Facebook ads, be paid for some Google AdWords, I don't know, go ahead and market yourself, set up your own website and go ahead and try and recruit teachers that way. Maybe start a YouTube channel and try and generate traffic into your website that way. But basically, yep, go ahead and set up your own website and do it yourself. You can use some free platforms such as Skype or Zoom, or there's an open source software called Big Blue Button that you can actually use as a plugin directly into your website. So there are ways of doing it yourself if you're willing to put in the time and put in the effort to learn.
Okay guys, so if you do decide you want to go ahead it alone and freelance as an online teacher, there is a guy who I would recommend you following. He's called Jack. If you go onto Facebook and search for teaching ESL online, you'll find this guy called Jack. He's been doing this for years. He's been teaching people how to become a freelancing online teacher and even how to set up your own online teaching business. Not just teaching English, but teaching online in general. And he puts out tons and tons of free content. He also has a paid course, which I do think is good. But it's not necessary to take it just because of the the tons and tons of free content he puts out all the time. So if you are interested in going down this route, I would check this guy out.
Third way, and the easiest way to get, and I think the best way to get started with teaching online, is to go ahead and work for one of the big online teaching companies. Most of them at the moment are based in China, and this is because the online teaching market is growing the fastest in the Chinese market. It's crazy how fast it's growing. I think right now we're really in the early days, the early stages of this online teaching revolution maybe. I think a lot more classes are going to be moving online. I think we're going to take at least 20% of what's done within the next 3 to 5 years. At least 20 to 30% of what's now done in language schools around Asia will now be done online. I really do believe that, and I think it's a great opportunity to get involved in online teaching now. I'm actually invested. I own stocks in a online teaching company as well. So I'm pretty excited about how this market's going. So one of these online schools, I'm going to recommend the two best that I think are personally the best. One is the best, I think, for flexibility, and one I think is the best for rate of pay. And so the first company is called DADAABC. It's a company I personally work for. I do about 2 or 3 days per week, 2 or 3 hours per day with them, and I also recruit for them too. Obviously I'm a little biased as I do work for them, but I have worked for other companies before, 51Talk, Byte ABC, and a couple others based in China, and I can generally say that DADAABC is the best company I've worked for with regards to how they treat their staff. A lot of these big online companies treat their staff just like a number, and will dock your pay and cut you off for any reason whatsoever. So I find DADAABC is one of the best companies out there right now, based in China. They pay between $15 and $22 an hour. If you're interested in working for them, please click on the link below and you'll go direct to an application page. The second company I recommend is called CAMBLY, purely because of flexibility. The pay is lower. I think it's somewhere between 10 and 11 USD per hour. But the great thing about this company is, firstly, they have students all around the world, not just in China. And secondly, there's no fixed contract. There's no minimum requirement of work or maximum requirement of work. You pretty much, when you feel like teaching, log on your computer, stay signed in, and then make yourself available. And then if there's a student that wants to learn with you, they'll just click on you, and then bam, right away you start a class. And they focus on basic conversation. So DADAABC focus mainly on teaching kids from ages 5 to, I'd say, about 15, 16. Now and again you'll get an older one. The great thing about this company is they also pay half rate if no student books you for your contracted hours. So you'll be given contracted hours if you want them between a certain amount of time, and then in the future you will also have the opportunity to apply to work additional part-time hours on a weekly basis. I'd say most people teach between 9 and 15 hours per week, but there are some teachers who go and work 20 to even 25 or close to 30 hours a week and really do a lot of hours. Another great thing about DADAABC is their system is all built into a browser. So all you have to do is get their software on a laptop. You can use a laptop, something as cheap as a little notebook like this, as long as it's got a camera and you've got a headset as well. You're going to be able to teach online from this. You can travel to any hotel, wherever you want to go, and you can teach online. As long as the Wi-Fi and internet is good, you've got to make sure ahead of time, if you're going to move to a new location, that the internet's going to be strong and reliable. But as long as the internet's good, you can pretty much teach wherever you want with something like this. So what do you need to teach online? The first thing you need is some kind of computer or a laptop, a notebook, another laptop, something like that. You can't really teach from an iPad, but if you've got like a Surface Book with Windows operating system on, there's no reason you can't teach from that. The second thing you're going to need is a headset and a webcam. If you're using a laptop or a notebook, your webcam's already going to be most likely built into your notebook, so you're not going to have an issue there. All you need to do is go out and buy there's a headset and webcam that I recommend, and I'm going to post a link to it in the comments below. Another thing you need is a nice background, so a nice, clear and organized background. One thing I do is I went ahead and got a roll-up banner made up, just because it makes it easier when you're teaching, if you're traveling and teaching out of a hotel, which I often do. Sometimes there's a bed in the background, and the desk is stuck to the wall, you can't move it. So the problem there is it's not very professional to have a bed in the background, so I went and bought one of these. Roll-up banner. Basically all I do is I take it to the hotel, unpack it, and I've got a background. And I can go ahead and put that behind me. It'll block anything that looks unprofessional. And yeah, I can go ahead and teach with that. Alright, so I'm going to wrap that video up now. I hope you found it interesting. If you have any more questions, please comment down below. So if you are interested in teaching online, go ahead and apply on the links below for CAMBLY. Pay around 10 or 11 USD per hour, and DADAABC that can pay from 16 right up to $22 an hour, depending on your qualifications and experience. Those links are affiliate links, but if you do use those links, it means you're referred by me, which is going to put you ahead of the queue compared to someone who just applies directly through the website. Alright guys, so I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you found that video interesting. And if you have any questions, please comment below. And until the next time, stay awesome.
ก่อนสุโขทัยมาลพบุรีอยุธยาธนบุรียุคสมัยนี้เป็นกทม.เมืองที่มีแต่พงไอเสียรถยนต์เต็มไปหมดควันดำอีกต่าง